I don't like stuff that's too easy. If it's too easy, it's not gonna be good. So they're gonna take you from a civilian point of view, turn you into a person who is ready to be a lineman.
There you go.
They scream at you.
Boy, it ain't got no feelings. Use your muscles.
We're all waiting on you. You're going the wrong way. Go the other way.
Hey, when you throw stuff up there, aim for the teeth. Aim for the teeth.
Well, if you gotta beat the shit out of somebody, they should know how to do their clove hits by now.
He'll catch it one way or the other. He's either just gonna let him hit it in the face or he's gonna catch it with his hands.
The rigorousness is why I choose SLTC and the instructors.
Time was over 14 minutes, man. Okay? Look, you're gonna have to find a way to get under 9 minutes. You're gonna have to catch another gear, something.
Bare minimum is 9 minutes, but that goes with a perfect run.
The biggest difference with Jamaica and America for a trade person is opportunity. It's gonna be great that I'm getting paid doing something that I love, but I love this. This is my dream job.
In Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for this includes the city south, Lufkin, Navajo, United States of counties, this includes the
I was about, I'd say 12, 13, and the first career choice in my head, I wanted to be a firefighter. I got a little story for you guys. We got a type of grass in Jamaica, we call it the vaquero grass. It's like, it grows like really close, and when it dries up, it just dries like a big landscape, you know what I mean, like a whole area. And what I did, I just set one corner ablaze and just let it burn, and then I would just go get some like green branches and just try to get it out, just in the middle of it, just trying to get it out. And my grandmother would whoop my ass for that, because I like big flames and try to put it out. So yeah, firefighter was like the first career choice for me. Check it. Bring it back down to the foot. I've lived in Jamaica 20 years, moved here 4 years ago. Lived in Philadelphia, lived with my dad there for a little bit, then I decided, hey, I'm gonna go out and move out on my own. Hey, what go on? Check this out. They're on top of the mountain. My dad, he always looked out for us. We're always FaceTime, and before FaceTime, we're always on the phone. I spend hours on the phone with my dad. You wanna say hi to my SLTC fans? It's my biggest inspiration right here. It's my biggest inspiration right here, yeah. Every time I look at him, inspire me to keep going, you know what I mean? I can't fail. Thanks for all of the Thanks for all the motivation and the fight where you put in over the years and everything, you know. Appreciate it, Dad. We're gonna keep it pushing right now.
Alright, later, man. Be careful.
All right, thanks.
Bless.
Yeah, cool.
I feel proud, brother. I feel proud, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, cool. Dad said he's proud, so that's good. He always makes sure, hey, we got what we want. He works hard. You need that. I'm gonna get it. If he can't get it, he's tell you straight up, hey, can't get that. I respect him for that. He's like a man of his word. I really looked up to him. Say for instance, because I played cricket for my high school, right? In like games like semifinals games, all my teammates, they have their dads, their moms. In my head, I'm like, I really wish my dad was with me here, you know what I mean? To like watch me play throughout high school, watch me play football throughout middle school, you know what I mean? And honestly, to be honest with you guys, I might cry 1 or 2 times for that. Yeah, you know what I mean? I like really miss my dad. He might not know that, but yeah, I do.
Honestly, when I first saw Eason, he I was making fun of him because he had skinny jeans on. I asked him if they knew that they made bigger pants that actually fit him. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I know." So he took it on the chin pretty well, so I figured I could work with him pretty good because I talk a lot of smack. But he just had it, man. Like you could tell, like he wanted to be there. He was out there working hard. He was always one of my first few up the pole. He was natural, like climbing and everything like that. And as he progressed through the school, he just got better and better. He was always trying to help people, teach people, you know, better ways of doing things and explain it to them. So he's pretty jam up the whole time.
Like I said, in middle school, 6th grade, I was in class. It was like about 2 in the afternoon, right? Jamaica Public Service, that's the electric company down there. They came in with about like 6 bucket trucks, right? And they were doing upgrades and new install. And I was at the window in my classroom so I could like look right outside and see what's going on. I was like, hey, what's going on over here? And I touched my buddy beside him and I was like, hey, check this out, bro. And there was like just guys going up on this pole right here, guys going up on this pole down here. You got a bucket truck in the middle right here trying to get automatic splice open. The line was hot. Everything was still hot, right? And they were just ripping shit down and you can just see the art just running up and down the line. I was like, holy shit, bro. That's pretty cool right there. And I was like, yo, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that shit is pretty cool.
So line work is extremely, definitely a difficult job. There's a lot of things that go into it. There's a lot of common sense dangers, and there's a lot of things that you don't necessarily think of until you're into that situation. You always have to be minding your P's and Q's and keep your head on a swivel. I mean, whether if you're up there with an experienced guy, y'all both been doing it a long time, or whether you're up there with an apprentice, that's somebody that has no idea what they're doing, there's always those hidden dangers, and if you're not paying attention, it will bite you. I was just talking about this the other day, the human error aspect. You can't ever get rid of that human error, and people feel like they get a little too big for the britches, it ain't gonna happen to me, and that's exactly whenever they get killed. People definitely get killed in this trade.
The first person who I told was my mom. And my mom was like, no, you gotta find something else. There's a lot more careers out there you can choose from. I was like, Mom, listen, That's what I'm gonna do. She was like, no, you're gonna get electrocuted and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, no, we're not gonna get electrocuted. I'm gonna go out there, work safe. That's what I'm gonna do. But she didn't like it at all. Not one bit.
So after getting out of the Marine Corps, it's something that I look for is to find that brotherhood and camaraderie. And I definitely found it doing line work. Lots of other people have stated you work with these guys day in and day out, long hours. A lot of times you spend more time with the guys on your crew than you do your own family. So you build those relationships and bonds. I love the guys that I used to work with all over the country. There's guys that I haven't seen since I've left school that I still talk to. You know, you build these friendships and these relationships that last a lifetime, and you know, families get to know each other. You go do things outside of work. You go hang out. You know, get to know their families. You don't get that anywhere else. I mean, outside of the military, I'd say line work is probably the closest thing to that brotherhood that you'll have. Period.
My mom, she's my biggest motivation. Wherever I'm at school and I'm doing something and I feel like this is getting to me, my mom, her voice just click inside of my head, hey, you gotta keep going. One of the biggest things with her, whenever I'm doing Hurt Man, I think of it as my mom up there. So if Matt is all the way over there and Matt said, hey, man hurt on the pole, go. I'm thinking I'm getting my shit on. That's my mom up there, I'm going. You know what I mean? And I get that little saying from him. He pulled us together and he's like, hey, when you guys are doing Hurt Man, right? Think of it as someone that you guys love is on that pole. Ever since he say that, I'm getting up that pole like 20 seconds faster. You know what I mean? And yeah, I get it done.
Well, I definitely think that he's going to be one of the good ones out there in the field. You know, you spend so much time out in the field, you kind of get a feeling for the people that kind of squeeze through the cracks, and then the guys that are really good at the job and want to be there. He's going to be one of those employees that, you know, shows up on time, is probably going to get there early, he's going to be one of the last ones to leave. He's always going to be willing to work and go the extra mile, even though it might be a pain in the ass. He's not going to be scared to go out there and do it. So I definitely see him going pretty far, and probably, honestly, one day he's probably going to end up running some crews. In the grand scheme of things, he just has that aura about him, and it's honestly, I think it just got in his blood and now it's in him. So I believe that he's going to do real well out there in the field.
My name is Matt Miles. I'm a CDL instructor at SLTC. The thing I noticed when I first met Navarro was he had a look in his eyes, and that look can go back to when, you know, the best way I could describe it is before I walked out of the field house on Friday night, the look in my teammates' eyes, we're ready to go. It's go time, and that look, you know, it never left him the whole time he was here. Not everybody has that. Navarro's character alone, what stood out to me was his willingness to help others. He helped multiple students. I mean, you're talking 30 or more in this class that he stayed with, and I would say all 30 of those wound up passing. When I looked at this kid, you know, it was, from the very beginning, it was that look. I mean, it was, I'm ready, you know, let's go do this. You know, I'm prepared for what's coming at me. I mean, let's get it. Let's get it over with. It never left.
For sure, you got kids here who don't want to really do it. I can tell. With me, I can just look at a person and know, hey, if you want to do this or not. And I can tell you, I've seen a few. I think this career weed out the weaks pretty fast. I'm not a lineman yet, but I can tell you this from being a pole inspector, foreman. If you're a weak dude, it's gonna weed you out fast. When I was a foreman doing pole inspection, I got a guy came in like the Monday. He quit before lunch. Cause yeah, in pole inspection, you gotta pull that wagon with your digging bar, with your shovel, with a bucket full of pole inspection goop. We call it the goob. That's the stuff that we splash on the pole, wrap it up so it doesn't like water just get like moisture. And you're pulling that behind you, pole to pole to pole to pole all day. He couldn't do it. So first of all, I've heard about SLTC from a coworker. He's like, hey, check this school out. It's pretty good, right? I'm like, all right, I'll take a look into it. But for me, if I'm gonna spend this amount of money in a tuition, I'm gonna pick the best school. I need the best teacher. I'm not just going there just to go there for certification. I wanna leave with certification, yes, but I wanna know that I'm gonna be able to grab a hold of the trade and learn something, you know what I'm saying? And I think SLTC have a good, very good group of instructor. And that's one of the reasons why I choose SLTC. And SLTC program is more rigorous. When you put SLTC program with the other top schools, you can see instructor is gonna be like, hey, man hard on the pole, go! He's not gonna be like, hey, all right, get your shit on, man hard on the pole. No, they're gonna scream at you. They're gonna say, hey, man hard on the pole, go! It's like, if you're there, you got 30 seconds, get your shit on, he's dying, go! Get your shit on, you get up there. My instructor, Matt Meadows, like him, admire Matt. Matt is be like, if you're taking too long to get your shit on, Matt will just walk around and be like, get me down, like that. That's one of the things that get me going. If you hear Matt say that, you're taking too long. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear that, you gotta get your ass up that pole. I don't like stuff that's too easy. If it's too easy, it's not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So the rigorousness is why I choose SLTC and the instructors. They scream at you, so they're gonna take you from a civilian point of view, turn you into a person who is ready to be alignment. So that's one of the reasons I choose SLTC.
Well, good evening. It's my privilege to welcome you to Southeast Lineman Training Center's EOP Class 73 graduation ceremony. Today marks a milestone as we honor the dedication and hard work these men and women have committed over the past 15 weeks to advancing their careers in line work. I want to congratulate you once again on your graduation from Southeast Lineman Training Center. You are now part of a proud brotherhood and the backbone of this nation. It has been our honor to have each and every one of you over these past 15 weeks. You will forever be part of the SLTC family. So enjoy the rest of the ceremony tonight as we honor you and your accomplishments.
With each graduating class, we're given the privilege of selecting a student for our CDL award. Going through the CDL training and testing portion is not an easy task for these students. The winner for the CDL award is an obvious choice most of the time. While there are constantly students at the pad preparing and studying this class, there's been one young man that the instructor said has been there from day one, even before he was ever scheduled for any training. He has been there every day after class, spends most of his lunches there, and is always looking for someone to help. One instructor said he has the best work ethic he has seen out of any student since he has been teaching. One said this young man is at the pad every single day after class and doesn't leave until the instructors do. We need to designate him a parking space. I've also been told by his peers that he is always willing to help and always tries to keep everyone motivated. We are honored as a CDL team to present the CDL award that is sponsored by Kiewit for ELP 73 to Navardo Eason PC 15.
First time I looked at SLTC and I would try to apply, I realized that I wasn't gonna have enough money. So I had to put that money aside and work a whole year, get that money ready. And when I got that money ready, I'm like, hey, next class is gonna be the 4th of January. I'm not gonna wait around. I'm gonna get this shit done now.
Nominees for the Chad Diffie Memorial Scholarship are selected by their pole circle instructors and are chosen based on their reflection of Chad's character. Chad was described as a selfless, kind-hearted individual who was passionate about his career and dedicated his life to serving others. The recipient of this award will receive a retroactive scholarship that serves as an encouragement to continue the good work of Chad and his passion for helping others through line work. This year's recipient of the Chad Diffie Memorial Scholarship for Class 73 is Navardo Eason, PC 15.
The biggest difference with Jamaica and America for a trade person is opportunity. You got a ton of opportunity, you know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily do the same trade that you left Jamaica with. You can come here and start a whole new trade. Say for instance, my dad. My dad was a carpenter when he left Jamaica. Right now, my dad is a gas plumber. Just to show you there's a wide variety of trade you can choose from. If you're on the fence, right, and you're be like, hey, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this, you're gonna live in doubt for probably the rest of your life. You just gotta, hey, if you get this shit done now, and you graduate and you learn the trade, you're gonna have a very rewarding career. You're gonna have a job for life. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and weigh your options. Hey, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. If you got that drive, you will make it. Next thing, you don't do this because of the money. You gotta love this shit. If you don't love it, it ain't gonna work out for you. You're just gonna beat yourself up and you're just gonna hate it. For me, I can get up every day and do this shit. You don't have to pay me. It's gonna be great that I'm getting paid doing something that I love, but I love this. This is my dream job. I'll get up every day and do it for free.
sky.